Hey, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Orwell, the Let's Jump Into It edition. We're gonna log in here. We finished day one in the last little batch of recordings, or session one, or person of interest one, however we want to word this particular situation. Cassandra Watergate, the blue-haired, presumably buxom beauty with daddy issues. What do we do to progress here? We found her. We did all we had to do there. I believe they were gonna lock her up. Yep, someone's at the door. We had sent the police on her. This one? Stay logged in. Completed. We completed all our objectives. Excellent. Where's my medal? Yes, log out. Based on the data you submitted, we have learned the following. A severe assault occurred at the Freedom Plaza. Cassandra Watergate was present there prior to the assault and is thus being investigated. We pretty much presume that she was not responsible for the bombing, but was possibly maybe more at fault in the previous altercation at that same plaza that got her arrested, trying to protect Juliet Carrington there. Activist group Thought. Hints of the involvement of an activist group named Thought have been found. A second assault at Stelligan University occurred, seemingly connected to the first. This suggests Cassandra Watergate is either not the only perpetrator or not involved at all. Next day. All right, progress. Play episode 2, a place where there is no darkness. That sounds lovely. I hope you can't hear that machine buzzing in the background here. I got the demon. It's been pouring rain for like biblical amounts here. Welcome back. I hope you don't mind if we get started right away. We have tons of work ahead of us. I met with my superiors and they wish to continue with the test case. They believe in the capability of Orwell to handle this. Oh, and you, of course. My superiors agree with me. Based on the information you have already extracted, the activist group known as Thought is worth investigating. It's been a long day. I might stumble on a word or two. It seems that this Goldfells is an important member of Thought, so we now have clearance to consider them as a target person. Now that Goldfells is a target person, there may be new data chunks available and documents you have already accessed. Don't forget to go back and recheck your sources. Goldfells. Headlines. What do we got here? Let's open up Goldfells. Connection between Bontton bombings evident. Attacks against Stelligan University in Bontton and Freedom Plaza are connected. Timelines and Rosen announce cooperation. Heavy rainstorms expected for the weekend. So we're on the next day. Nothing coming in over the wire. Okay. Heavy rainstorm. Let's start with something a little light. This I can relate to right now, so we're gonna zoom in here. Bontton and Farview, as well as large parts of the western nation, will be covered in heavy rain clouds, culminating on Sunday. My favorite part. It's culminating on Sunday. If you had any plans for the weekend involving the outdoors in Bontton or Fairview, you'd best forget about them! ! There is a massive low-pressure system incoming, bringing with it storm clouds and rain to the nation's west. Literal silver lining on the horizon. Over the coming week, the cloud will move on. Temperatures will stabilize at comfy levels. Comfy. After a long and harsh winter, spring will finally win the upper hand. Isn't that lovely? Timelines at Rosen announce cooperation. Davenport Siblings Social Network Timelines announces major cooperation. Software giant Rosen. It's a big deal. The internet billionaire siblings Ada and Alan Davenport, creators and owners of the most important online social network Timelines, located in Hilbury, are starting a major cooperation with the Bontton software giant Rosen. Okay. By utilizing existing infrastructure, our growing user base will profit from this by significantly reduced downtimes, tightened security, and a sped up integration of new features. Okay. So tech giants are consolidating their death-like grasp on the world. I guess this is going to be our most important little tidbit here. I see no data chunks, though. Why do I see no data chunks? Attacks against Selling University. The bombing that occurred yesterday at the university seems to be connected to the attack against the plaza earlier in the week. It's the conclusion of the police division, who is investigating the cases, created with pure malevolence. So they got letters. They're right. That's right. There was like a preamble of letters before the bombing. While their meaning is still puzzling, according to rumors people have been theorizing, the number of stanzas might represent the number of bombings, which in turn raises the question whether there might be another bombing yet to occur. We understand that some people jump to this conclusion, but there is no good reason to believe this, Steele answered when confronted with this theory during a press conference. Normal operation can't continue under the circumstances. Okay, that makes more sense. They're closing their doors for the time being. University paying respects to the victims. Interesting. I didn't know there was victims per se. Oh, we got new stuff here. Right, this is the website, right? Okay, so this is our portrait of the man, the myth, the legend. Our thoughts still free. Published in March 2012. Do I need to go back and try to get an idea of the timeline? I hope not. She was arrested in 2016. Yes, that's right. When did she go all crazy, though? If we look back at Cassandra's timeline deal. Cassandra's timeline. She started... Right, so this is case closed. So this is still 2016. When did she start to freak out on her old friend? 2016. 2016. Even in 2016, she was still... she was still her same old self. Okay. So this is quite a while before any of this happened here. Proposed... And the things that we bring over... I almost pointed at the screen again. The things that we bring over are going to shape the profile that Orwell has of these individuals. I propose to consider the question: are our thoughts still free? While this might seem to be a surprising question in our current world of ever-growing digital surveillance, freedom of thought is no longer self-evident. German folk song called "Thoughts Are Free." It goes like, oh jeez. You want to know a little insight into Broman here? I am a big reader. I love reading. Because I'm a storyteller. I'm a story enjoyer as well. I enjoy reading novels, etc. Mostly novels. One thing that drives me crazy in books is an overuse of flippin' like little ditties and songs and lyrics and your classics all have them. Lord of the Rings is full of elvish nonsense. Dune, my favorite novel of all time, is full of, Gurney Halleck and his little... get it out of here. A little bit is okay, but when it's all the flippin' time, drives me crazy. Thoughts are free, who can guess them? They fly by like nocturnal shadows. No man can know them, no hunter can shoot them. With powder and lead, thoughts are free. I think what I want and what delights me, still always reticent, and as it is suitable, my wish and desire no one can deny me, and so it will always be. Thoughts are free. And if I am thrown into the darkest dungeon, great game, all are futile works, because my thoughts tear all gates and walls apart. Thoughts are free. Still young, long before I immigrated to the nation in '93. That's important. I believed this to be... Oh, jeez. I thought this was only like a tutorial deal, but I guess not. An immigrant. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, right. What is their stance on immigration is not the most favorable, right? People. No, not this one. Participate. Positions. Yeah, their position on migration. Gating immigration from intervening in foreign countries is a necessity. Gating immigration from and intervening in foreign countries is a necessary. Oh, because it's migration and foreign affairs. Oh, God. Wait, that's not really relevant, I don't think. Okay. There are no borders for thoughts and no rules for what is not allowed to be thought. This was not because I thought people should be so tolerant, not at all. Instead, I simply held it dear that nobody except for ourselves really knows what is going on in our heads until we chose to reveal it. Increasing interconnectedness of humans, modern technology serves more and more as a collective memory and brain of our society. Very true. Institution that is capable of monitoring every bit stream of it. How can thought still be free? Final consequence, we will stop thinking, question mark? Created this blog. It gives us motivation, I hope. Maybe, no. The Thought, an activist group with the same name as this blog. If Goldfels is the one who created the blog, perhaps he founded or even was the leader of the activist group. Doi. That's why I brought that over to you. No more data chunks. Yada yada yada. Yeah, we get it. You're really deep. We get it. You're deep and insightful. Interesting name. No. Yeah. The web was born in the sense of the ultimate freedom to be who you want to be. Express yourself, wasn't it? Now the government has come to threaten this with real name policies and shit. Save your IP. This is kind of misses the mark because it's not really. Well, I guess governments are. I don't know much about the politics of the internet, but my understanding is that it's flipping corporations that have taken over and monetized and commercialized the entire internet, which was, the entire internet, the whole thing that fits in a bucket. Frankly, I'm surprised to find someone here at all. I thought nobody would ever find this blog, much like my YouTube channel. Am I right? Thank you very much for your kind words. Very first follower quotes. I like your things too. Could you one, but now even more. I like your things too. Could you one, but now even more. To get a service on search engine optimization independent. Others get clicks and more money for you. Now use. So it's presumably spam, but not necessarily. Yeah, because it's like 5 years later. Why is that there? Is that like an Easter egg ha 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 joke, or is that going to become relevant? Who knows? What data chunk are we missing? I don't want this. What do I do with this? I can do something with it, can I? Disable. And get rid of it? Or do you want that brought over? I guess we have to bring that over. Because there's no other data chunks. Oh, thank God we... wow. The letter. We are right, it seems. Where are we here? Oh, are we getting a... Joseph Langley, the boyfriend. She's not out of prison. Sorry about last night. I really should have come over. Just that this client is massively influential and could bring a whole lot of exposure to the office. Trying to set up a meeting. We'll let that run a bit. We'll check in later. This is a new... Yeah, this is more recent, July. So this is around the time that she started to get crazy. Conflicting. I feel like I'm playing contradiction here. Where's Jenks? That does not look like Jenks. God, okay. There's too much going on here. Trying to get a meeting. It's just a stupid old man who just talks about his job too much. I'm sorry. It's just a big part of my life. Hello, are you still upset? How? It's her boyfriend and lawyer, and he doesn't know she's been arrested? Has she been denied her phone call? Is that what's happening here? Okay, so this is much later, around the time she starts to radicalize. So maybe things are heating up here. Let's see if this is anything important. After 1.5 years recruiting 2 of my students and arranging 3 demonstrations. Wait a minute. This is July 2016. When did all the nonsense happen? She was arrested in July 2016. Okay. Thought must change direction. Okay, if I actually read the thing. Frankly and sadly, the answer to the latter is a result. Okay, wait a minute. Have we reached our goal? What has been sacrificed along the way? In short, are we true to the initial goal that formed the group? We let ourselves be consumed by anger and hatred towards those we thought to do us wrong. Thoughts are free, but that does in no way mean that they can attack and do whatever they wish instead of blaming others. I now see my high aims might well be the cause for all the events of the past months. More than anyone else have thought, I feel responsible. Oh, I feel responsible versus we let our hatred. As a consequence, I will halt my active engagement in this group. I firmly believe it shall be for the better of everyone involved, especially my students from Stelligan. My students, so this gives us his profession. The little icon there actually helps. What now? Stelligan? The same Stelligan where a bomb just exploded? You know what I think about coincidences? I won't repeat it. I will halt my engagement. So this becomes one of these things. So he's stopping. So whatever active engagement means, still an interesting fact. Okay, so please reconsider. Guy hurt there was only a goddamn cop. They had it coming for long. Yeah, this 12th. She was arrested on the 10th. So this was right after the demonstration. I know it mentioned 3 demonstrations like the one held at Freedom Plaza. I didn't know if that was the demonstration that caused the arrest, but it would seem that it obviously is. Hell, look at the bright side. We made the news. This is what we wanted, what you wanted. Okay, he is giving a conflicting situation here. I think we kind of decided we were going to follow what kind of made sense, like read everything associated with one particular contradiction or conflict, and then pick the one that seemed to be the most genuine based on our understanding here. So we're at the plaza. He's been recruiting students. They've been getting more and more active. Then obviously went too far. The police officer got hurt. Cassandra got arrested. Now he's kind of reflecting on what they've been doing. The answer to the latter is a resounding no. And he's saying we let ourselves be consumed by anger. And then down here saying that I feel responsible. So I think the conflict is we went astray versus I let things go astray, or I led you astray. Based on the fact that he has resigned from the group, would lead me to believe that he does think it's his fault. He's not saying it in a way like, hey, you guys are gone too crazy, I'm washing my hands of you. He's saying, no, I've let things get out of control. I will leave. Kind of like a little bit, letting the chicken hen out before you shut the door. No, closing the hen house after the fox is already in. Cat's out of the bag. No, that's not it either. But he's feeling responsible. He takes personal action for it. So we're gonna go with that particular part of the conflict. A troubled past. We still have to get to the bottom of this. Oh yeah. Okay. This. There, related document. 3 demonstrations. More interesting might be that 2 students seem to be involved. So far, the evidence suggests that Goldfels was a prominent lecturer at Stelligan, yeah, and some of his students became involved in thought. Did he, recruit them for his cause? We just got that. We need to identify those students. See who else is involved with the group. Knowledge, science, wisdom. At some times, all remain silent. Oh my god. TNB, suspect of Bonton bombing is arrested. Woman arrested in connection with the recent attacks in Bonton. A couple of minutes ago, the Bolton Police Department reported that an arrest in connection with the recent bombings in the capital has been made. A young woman has been brought into custody thanks to investigation efforts. Wait, so this is somebody else. No, so this is the same woman. Thanks to the investigation efforts of a special task force. We made the news, Mom. Look at that. Police spokesman call. So this is still with assault. First suspect in connection with assaults arrested. Wait, is the Freedom Plaza in Bolton? Is that it? That's the university. How would we find that out? I think it is. I'll have to look off camera. But I think Parj was the neighboring nation. I can't quite remember. But we're 21 minutes in. We made a little bit of progress here. We made the news. We made the actual news. We are the special task force. Yeah, it's been a weird, wacky. Although no, this video is going to be up in time because today's Wednesday. You missed today. This should have gone up today. Mea culpa. Is that what that means? I don't know. I like I said, it's late. It's not late, but it's been a long day. I am rambling. I'm making no sense. I'm gonna gather my thoughts and make a clear, coherent apology for missing today's upload. This will be up on Friday morning. Regular videos to resume, hopefully. Thanks for the support, hopefully. Until next time, thanks very much. See you soon.